Hello and welcome to Toolbox Tuesday, where I share with you some little tips and tricks and resources that have helped me along my oily journey. Today I am combining two of my favourite things in the world, one being food and one being essential oils. So I use essential oils a lot in my cooking, probably every day in a smoothie at the very least. So I'm going to share with you just a couple of tricks that have really helped me with being able to use them effectively in cooking. So I have right here, this is the box that I keep in my kitchen, and it's got all my my cooking oils in it. So it's got all the herbs, the citruses, the spices, and there's a few blends here as well, and that's particularly what I want to talk to you about, because the essential oils are so concentrated. The flavour is really intense when you're adding them to food. So if you have something that's a blend where you may be wanting to use, maybe 5 to 10 different flavours of oils in the one dish, how do you go about doing that when you only need to add one drop to the actual dish? What I do is, for the ones that I use all the time, and there's two main ones, is I actually just pre-mix them, just like you would mix up your own blend for aromatic dressing or for a perfume, or for treating your skin or whatever you do. No different with your cooking. So this one is my pizza blend, and there is literally 10 different oils in there, and because it's got a lot of the herb oils in it, which are really intense flavors, when I mix up the blend I actually only fill half the bottle, and then I top the rest up with fractionated coconut oil. Now, fractionated coconut oil doesn't have a coconut taste or smell, so it's not going to affect the dish that you put it into. The other thing is that fractionated coconut oil also has a really long shelf life. So I mix up a bottle of this and it'll last me 12 months, right? Because I'm only using it a drop at a time, and I don't have to worry about the oil that's in there going rancid. So that's a top tip. This one here is my chai blend, which again is absolutely beautiful. The smell of this, because it's kind of sweet and spicy, it lends itself to more than just making a cup of chai. I use this one in smoothies. I use it in, if I make overnight oats or like little chia puddings, and baking, like biscuits and cakes and things like that. Yeah, the intensity of the oils is, can scare people off cooking with them sometimes, because you only need to make a mistake once, particularly with those herb oils that are so intense, and it sort of puts you off doing it again. Using one drop can be tricky, but there's a couple of little tricks to it. Either if it's one that you use all the time, like say you love basil and you're putting basil in everything you cook, but you find it really overpowering with the flavour of it, what you can do is either just decant some of your basil oil into another bottle and top it up with fractionated coconut oil, so you're already diluting that flavour. The other thing you can do is the toothpick method, where you literally just stick a toothpick in the top of the bottle. Obviously the oil goes onto the toothpick, and then you stir the toothpick through your food. And the other option that you've got is you can always just put a drop onto a teaspoon, and then drip it off the spoon into the dish, and that way if you've got one drop on the spoon, you're only going to end up with like half a drop in the actual food, or if you end up with 2 drops on the spoon, because sometimes it's really hard to just get that one drop out of the bottle. It always seems to be that 2 rush out, then you're just getting that one drop, because the other drop will stay on the spoon. So yeah, that's a few little tips for you. You're really only limited by your imagination when it comes to using oils in your food, and I may actually do a separate video on more detail on how I actually use them and a few recipes and things like that, because once you sort of open that box of tricks in your kitchen, you will wonder how you ever got by without them. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful for you, and have an amazing day. I'm off to make a smoothie.